everybody, today's video is going to be one where I'm not actually talking about any specific products, but I'm talking about some brands, and they're brands that I would be really interested in trying. So I'm not saying that these are the only brands I'm going to buy this year, or that I'm definitely going to buy all of these brands, but I was really sitting there thinking, there are some brands that either I've only tried a couple of things from, and there's a lot more I would like to try, or I've just never tried at all, and I'm really interested in trying. And I tried to keep, this is kind of a long list. There are actually 14 items. You like my cute little dachshund? But there are actually 14 different brands on this list. But I did try to keep it like realistic brands. Like, for example, Natasha Denona is not on this list, but I would die to get to have one of her eyeshadow palettes. So things like that. We have pretty much a big range of real expensive to pretty much drugstore. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first brand is Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, I do have a palette from them. Where is it? Right here. The Maya Mia palette that I got a long time ago. And so I have this, but I know everyone is dying over the Modern Renaissance palette, and they say it's a lot better. And I did review this palette when I got it. I mean, I'll link that below because these shades are still available. There's a cute little. So I mean, I'll link it below because it could still be relevant. But I didn't love it. I mean, it was an okay palette, but it wasn't one of my favorites. And also, they have all their highlighting kits and stuff, which I'm really interested in. I'm debating. I think I want to get the Moonchild. I don't really know. But there are some, and like I said, the Modern Renaissance palette. In case you're new here, eyeshadow is by far my all-time favorite kind of makeup. So there's kind of a lot that I would like to try from them. Juvia's Place is the next brand. I've never tried anything from them. And you'll see on this list that I do want to try some indie brands. Some brands that you can't get in Sephora or Ulta or Target or whatever. Some brands that are a little more off radar, I guess. And Juvia's Place, I feel like, is really gaining traction here on YouTube, and I've never gotten to try it. But their eyeshadow palettes look gorgeous. Like, absolutely amazing, and the pigmentation is insane, and they're really glittery. The Masquerade palette, which is all colorful, really intrigues me. So yeah, I'd really like to try that brand. Next is one, it's probably going to be something that I spend my empties money on this month on, and that is Geek, Chic Cosmetics. So they actually have loose pigments, but they're all themed for different things. So like they have Harry Potter pigments, they have, what do you call it? Doctor Who pigments, superhero pigments, and I really want to get, they have a set of Guardians of the Galaxy pigments, and I want to get that set before it comes out on May 5th, so I can wear the Guardians of the Galaxy eyeshadow, you know, because I'm nerdy like that. And then they have a set for Game of Thrones, and that debuts in July, so I've got some time, but I want to have those and wear them every Sunday night. Well, we play Wine of Thrones at my house. So I really want to try, and they look amazing, and I really want to try, like, all of them. Some of the kits I don't really get. Like, there's one from the show Hannibal, which I've never seen. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy those eyeshadows, but I'm very intrigued, and you can. I'm not going to, because it seems a little ridiculous, and John kind of was like, Becky, no. Who's my boyfriend, in case you didn't know. But they have a set where you can buy every single eyeshadow she has available, which is 102 eyeshadows. And it's like $439, I want to say, which is a really good deal considering, you know, over 100 eyeshadows. I have a puppy in my lap. A little hip came to join us, but that's a lot. So I'm probably not gonna get that, but there are some sets I really want to get. So that's on my list for sure. That's something that's gonna happen soon. Next is Sugar Pill. So kind of along the same lines, I've heard amazing things about their eyeshadows, and they look gorgeous. They have the little quads. They have some bigger palettes, and they're really bright colors. And in case, I mean, today I'm pretty neutral. I'm just wearing the Petal Pusher palette from Wet n Wild. But you know, I think that I could get a lot of use out of them, and I'm really intrigued by that brand. Next is Makeup Geek. So everyone and their mother loves Makeup Geek. They say that all of their products are amazing. They are super pigmented. They're better than anything they've ever tried. They're not very expensive. They're $6 a pan. I think they're $6 a pan for their eyeshadows. And I want to try them. Their eyeshadows look amazing. They just came out with like highlighters. They have foiled stuff. They have lip. They have everything. So that's something I would like to get into. MAC. don't think I meant to put MAC. Unless I meant it for something else. I do have some MAC items, and I'm kind of exploring that brand as well. I don't know. Like, I don't think that really follows, because I already have some, like, a significant amount of items from them. So I don't really know why I put that on here. I was confused, obviously. The next brand, though, is Viseart. So this is a more expensive brand. They do have some smaller eyeshadow palettes that aren't quite as ridiculous, but they have 12 pan shadows for $80. But apparently they're the best eyeshadows that you could ever buy. That's what everyone I've ever seen review says, that those eyeshadows are tip-top. So I'd like to try those. And, you know, there's the Sephora VIP sale coming up in April. I don't know. I'm intrigued. The next brand is Dose of Colors. So they have a lot of liquid lipsticks that they're very popular for, but the thing that really caught my eye, again, eyeshadow, you know, is the ice cream palette. It was so cute, and I really want that. And I was looking at their eyeshadows, and some of their liquid lipsticks look really pretty as well. So that's another brand that, again, I think I would get. I would just like to try. These are brands that I've never tried, and I would like to. Next is Morphe Brushes. So everyone loves Morphe, or they hate them. I feel like they're a very dividing brand. People think that some of the bigger influencers here on YouTube are lying and saying that they're really good because they all have an affiliate code. But then I've heard other people that don't have an affiliate code say they're wonderful. To me, it seems like most of their shadows are pretty great, and then they have a couple of misses. But I'd really like to try them. And they're $22 for 35 eyeshadows. That's pretty amazing. They have some smaller palettes now. Their brushes are supposedly really good, so I'm intrigued. Next is another one that a lot of people get sent in PR, and that is ColourPop. So they have their shadows that are supposed to be great. They have a blush that's purple. I really want a purple blush because I don't own one, and I like cooler tone blushes. And they have a purple blush that's called Hippo. And in case you don't know, that dog that was just in my lap, his name is Hippo. So I really want that. And they have a highlighter named Thumper. And my mom's dog is named Thumper. If they have someone named Kanga, I'm just going to die. So their names are real cute. But they also just look amazing. Their eyeshadows are supposed to be really great. They're smaller pans, but they're really trendy. So, I mean, and, you know, I think it'd be great. And they're really inexpensive, $5. They just came out with pressed shadows, which could be really cool as well. There's just a lot there. Next is Hourglass. So again, another one that's pretty expensive. But I have an Hourglass though lip gloss, and that's it. And their powders really, really, really intrigue me. There's some people love, I feel like those are another thing people love or they hate. You know, some people say that they make a big difference. Some people say they don't really do anything. So I'd like to, you know, be able to judge for myself. I do have normal to kind of dry skin, so I think a nice finishing powder that gives a little bit of luminosity could be really interesting for me. I think I would like to try it. The 12th brand I want to try, there's a list of 14, even though we'll take MAC off, so we'll just say it's 13, because I didn't mean to put that, is Violet Voss. So again, she just collabed with Laura Lee, and they have her palette. They are just now releasing the Ride or Die palette, which I'm not super interested in that one, but the Holy Grail palette looks great. Drenched Metals I really want, but I've also heard that it's not as good. So there's a lot of eyeshadow palettes. They have highlighters. They have everything. And it's a brand that seems to be very popular and good, so I'm intrigued. And my last two are more drugstore. One is really inexpensive. It's relatively newer to the United States, and that's Makeup Revolution. So it's been around for a long time, but it came to the United States within the past year or so. And people love it, and it's supposed to be really pigmented, really great. They do have some misses, but they are very inexpensive. You can get palettes for like $10 and stuff. So yeah, I would try it. They have some highlighters that are apparently amazing. You know, it looks like something I need to try, and it's really inexpensive, so why not? And last is something I would have to order online again, but it is Inglot. So Inglot, I feel like, is one of those products that's kind of in that weird, it's not really indie because a lot of people know about it, but it's also not super readily available. But I'm really intrigued. I think their shadows look amazing. And their pigments are really cool, and I love pigments. The Geek Chic Cosmetics, that is the one I'm most excited to try. They're all pigments. And they have lip stuff too. But I don't know. I just think it's going to be really exciting. And I think that Inglot looks really cool. And it's, again, I think it's like $6 a pan. And the pans are like the size of your face or something. So yeah, I would like to try that. So those are the 13 brands I would really like to try this year. If there's anything from any of these brands that you highly recommend. Oh! I know what MAC is supposed to be. It's supposed to be NYX. I meant to write down NYX. I wrote down MAC. I don't know. That's how your brain works. NYX is a brand I really want to try. I have like a few of their eyeshadows. I have one of their prismatic eyeshadows, a couple of their I have a couple of their lip products, but they have such a huge range. And I have like 7 items from them. And they're really inexpensive. Well, they're getting a little kind of pricey, but there's a lot from NYX I really want to try. That's the other brand. So there are 14 brands. But if there's anything from any of these brands that you think I really need to try first, let me know. And if there's a brand that I didn't mention and you're like, hey, what about this brand? Why aren't you going to try this? Let me know about that too, because I might just not know about it. Again, I didn't mention everything. Like Kat Von D is one of my favorite brands. I have a bunch from them. So they're not really something I want to try. But if she comes out with a palette, I'll probably buy it. Pastel Goth, let's be honest. So things like that. Kanga thinks someone's at the door. Kanga, that was mommy. What are you gonna do? You gotta love them. So I'm gonna go write a paper real quick. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, I feel like it's kind of a chit-chatty video, and hopefully it wasn't boring. I hope not. That's never my intention. But if there's any of these products or brands that you think I need to try first, or anything that you recommend, let me know. I am very inspired right now, but as always, I want to make videos that y'all want to see. So if there's something you want to see me try out, let me know. I'm always willing to try. And I will just see y'all real soon. Bye.